Well, crikey malikey. It's Gaming Solos back out of nowhere. So, we are back. Very quick piece of sort of red tape and rhetoric before we get started. Basically, I'm having bought Gravitrax and playing with it and sticking up our builds on YouTube just as somewhere to archive it. I noticed that people actually watch this channel sometimes, so thought I'd best start putting some stuff up for you. So I am challenging myself to once a month in 2020, which is the year we are in, to give you a video. So basically, pick up a game at the start of the month, at the end of the month, tell you what I think of it. And I started this year with one that I've been meaning to do for ages, which is Temple Trap by Smart Games. So let's have a look at what you get. So you start off, it gets the nice little case, as you saw, it all spins around. It's nice, it's got little pegs, that's it. Nice and dinky. It's got clear tray, I can go over there. You have something that comes access code. I think I tried it and it was weird. You got the booklet, which has all the game rules and all the different puzzles. And then in the back you've got all the answers as well and things, blah, 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 usual stuff. And then you've got the game itself. So what is this? This is a slidey puzzle game, as you can see. Oh, slidey, slidey. And it's also, but it's a temple that you're trying to move the little chappie out of. This is your little chappie. Say hello, little chappie. Hello, little chappie. Right. And you've got to get him to the exit. And that's it. And you've got to move these pieces around to get him out and not get him completely jammed up. Simple as that. So let's have a look at the thing itself. It looks quite pretty. It's got little walls. You've got the pieces. They are, so you have uppy bits and downy bits. Uppy bits in green you can't stand on. You have to move through them. The downy bits have a little peg, which means you can stand on them. Your little guy can stay in the piece. Boop, boop, like that. Okay, and obviously when it's on the piece, it sticks in the bottom and stays there. You also cannot stand in the water because the water is completely infested with crocodiles. No! Okay, right. And then you've got to get to the exit, which is ha. It's always for the puzzles. Ha. It is never ha, ha, or ha. It's always yeah, right. So that's that. Also, these pieces, which is quite just a nice little thing, have little symbols on them. So this is the circle piece. This piece is the pause piece, as I like to call it. This piece is the square piece. Look, it's got a square. So that's that. And that's that. So those are all the pieces. And you got a bookie book. So let's quickly read what... Oh, it says... This has sort of a diagram of how to play it. So you have this layout. Oh no, you've got to get to the bottom. So you'll move this piece down. You then move your guy around over the ridge because you can't stand on the green. No, no, no. Goes to there. Move that back up. And he goes, whee, and can run out. Okay, so that is an example of someone playing the game. Game rules. Choose a challenge and place all puzzle pieces as indicated by the symbol on the walls. Place the pawn in the right starting position. Slide the puzzle piece so you can see your move your pawn. Your pawn can never move over the empty space. Water with crocodiles. When sliding a puzzle piece, pieces with walls, pawn always has to be placed upon a puzzle piece with a hole. The puzzle piece the pawn is standing on is locked at that time and cannot be slided. The maze has 2 floors. You can only change floors by using the puzzle piece with the staircase shown on it. While solving the challenge, the pawn will mainly change positions through puzzle pieces on the bottom floor. It's also possible for the pawn to move over the top floor, but it will always stop its movement on the bottom floor. That is because the puzzle piece on the top floor has not got holes to contain the pawn. Puzzle pieces with walls can only be slided, never lifted off the board. The exit of the maze location on the top floor. So the last step will always have to make a passage so that the bottom floor is connected to the exit through the puzzle piece with stairs. If you found the correct solution when the opponent can escape the maze, most challenges have multiple solutions. You can find one of them in the back of the booklet. ... indicates the minimum numbers of moves to solve this challenge. So, if we go to page 1 here, you will see when it says ... there we are, it says it'll take 11 moves. So when it says 11, a move is either a slide or a motion. So this is the one they showed at the start, so we won't bother with that. What we're going to do, I'm going to take my watch off and we're going to start a wee timer and we will give this a go. I think 10 minutes and we'll see how we can do with this. So, beeping buttons, beepy buttons, chronograph, timer, and we want to go set. Set. Right, we're going to do this off camera because it's easier. Next. Down. We want 10 minutes of me actually playing the game. And we will start now. Okay, so let's start with number 2 on the list here because there's no point in doing the first one because we already saw it. So it goes plus goes there, circle is over here this way. The hardest thing with this one is it's always a problem with these games. I think the setup's a little bit funny because you got to muck about getting all in. Not the biggest issue in the world, but sometimes it can just be a bit like, ugh, we're gonna muck about, can't be bothered. That goes there. It's also quite easy, I've found with this, if you're not paying attention, to put things in the wrong way, and then you can't solve it for the life of you. Now then, one thing that's very interesting with this is definitely a game of don't play with it. If you just start moving things around, you're going to make a mess. So let's stop and have a look at the actual thing. Hello, picture. So I should be able to do this in 9 moves, roughly. So my guy's at the top. How am I going to move? If I move that over, I can bust him over there. And I can move that back, and I can move that up, and he can go out. Okay, let's see if that works. So that's going to go over here. He's going to move over here. Oh yeah, that's fine. That's going to go there. It's going to go there. And then he can go... Come here. La 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 la. And out. Awesome. So that's number 2 done. Let's do number 3 for fun. So that goes, pull these out. Plus X wants to be there like that. What I got here, that one wants to go over here. This one, Ilf. What do I got? I've got a Thuckle. Thuckle goes there in the middle. Star is that way there with the wall facing a weird way. Pause is this way. And then we've got that there. Bonk. That there. Okay. And then this goes in here. There we go. So, and this is going to take 10 moves. So, 1 more than we did last time. So, look at the picture. Look at the picture. Don't touch the thing. Look at the picture. Look at it. That's right. So, how are we going to get out of here? So, those stairs are going to need to go up to the top, I think. Looks like probably the best thing to do here. So I'm going to need to get out the way. So I can move down. I can move this down. I can move this along. It's probably a bit much. So I could move to here. That's going to be useless. Can I show me that? Move there. And this is the thing with this, is sometimes some people might be standing screaming at me like this is bloody obvious, but I actually found this really quite tricky. So even on like starter 3, I'm going, oh, how does this work? So I can move him to there. Work. You see my little pointy finger doing fake motions. I see. Okay, so if I am right, it's going to go, I move him out to here. Okay, and then I'm going to want to move that, move that, move that. Then he can come round to here, and then that can move up, and then he can escape. Dee-dee-dee! Yay! Right, okay, enough of the starters. Let's move on to Junior. Let's just do the first of Junior. So we've done the really easy ones, and you still had to have a think about them, which is nice. The fact that you have to think on the easy ones proves that it does make you think. That's one thing I'm going to say about this one, actually, is that whilst I haven't been completely deaf, I don't know what I'm doing, stuck, to a point anyway. It makes you think, this one. It's a definite thinking puzzle. Put that there. That goes there. It doesn't matter which one too much. Right, and he goes there. Ah, dead guy. Right, so that's there. Okay, so that's my layout. Let's have a look-see. So, there we are. That's what it looks like. I'm going to go... I need that here, basically. Okay, I think if I move him down, can I then rotate this round to a point where I can click? Will that work? That's going to end up a bit messy. Okay, I'm going to try something just straight off the bat. I can't visualize it because I'm trying to hurry my thought process because I'm on camera. If I do that, slide the bits because I'm trying to do it for the camera. There. No, I need one of them before it, so I want that there, I want that there. Right. Ah, blast. Nope, that's not going to work. I'm going to keep going anyway. I could make it happen. I'm going the long way around. Haha. There we go. And I'm out. That might have been a longer way around it, but it worked, so stuff it. So that's a junior solved. Let's move past all the juniors to expert. Woo, expert. Right. Right. So expert, we've got completely out of focus thing. So I'll put it down. Bleh. And we want a green there. The other one, no, we want a triangle. I'm trying to vaguely stick to the color coding for it, the sort of symbol matching, but it's not the end of the world. When you actually start playing it, you go, oh, it's a stairs. It goes there. The only time you really care is if you need to look at the answer, which is something I don't tend to do. I've done it once, which will come into my rant at the end. There we go. Right. There we go. And he goes there. Boop. Now, I vaguely remember being very stuck on this. Let's have a look. So, here's here. That's down there. I need to get that up here. So, can I go down here? And shunt that out of the way. And then get that moved up. And then bring that back out. Okay, I think I see how I do this. Okay, he goes to here. And he just stays out of the way. I get rid of that. And then I go dink, 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 dink. Ah, that's going to be more challenging than that. Yeah, so I need... go. So this is where you start having it where you're definitely... Okay, right. So I want it to be this. Oh, blast. I'm being foiled by the moving blocks of doom. Again, this is the fun of trying to do it on camera. Because you're trying to get your motions, because it's the whole getting things back into alignment with themselves, which can be surprisingly tricky when you're trying to do it in a hurry. So... Oh no! Weesht. Right. Let's see if we can finish this one, and then we'll call it. And then we'll call it a day and talk about the game, shall we? Right. Where was I? I was there. I want that one. So I want there. Ding, 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 ding. Right. Now we're in. Now we've got it in alignment. There. Hooray! So. I knew what I was after, but I was panicking because of time, and then as soon as the time stopped, fine. Anyway, so there we are. We got to expert. We didn't get to master, but I'll be brutally honest in that I haven't got to masters anyway during this month. So, let's start at the start. How are the components? The components are actually really nice. This is cool. I like, you know, it slides nicely. It's good with the blocking. The little guy is a little green thing. It's a pawn. Does what it needs to do. Weird little thing. Be nice. It makes sense that his head's higher up here, because then you can pick him up and move him easily. But he needs to lie down like that and sort of rattle about if you're putting the lid on it. Also, there isn't like a spacer block. That would have been quite nice if they'd maybe made a spacer block that you could clonk in, that you could put the guy in maybe, that he'd lie down and clip in it maybe, or something like that. That is completely picky though. Apart from that, this is great. This is the problem. My big whingy gripe about this game is the booklet. The reason for it is, as I was saying during this, it was something I learned sort of halfway through my play of this game, is that this isn't a game you can just start rattling around with. If you start just trying to move pieces, you will lose. You will just make a mess and get confused and have to pull it out and start again. You need to look at the book, you get your picture, and you look at your picture, and you decide what you're going to do, and then you do it. So the fact that the booklet is lots of tiny pictures per page is really frustrating, because you can't go this one and sit and look at it. Also, if you are halfway through a thing and get stuck and leave it, you come back, and if the book's closed, you're like, oh, which one was I on? You can't just go, I'm on page 25, put a bookmark in it and leave it. You could go back to your page and go, I'm on this page. Which one have I done again? So yeah, my big complaint is this could have been nicer. They could have either made it a book with just one puzzle per page, and maybe on the back page had like the answer. That would be one way to do it. They could have done it as a book of cards, which loads of people do, which is nice, and just had like a little drawer that you can keep the card block in, something like that. Yeah, so that is my big complaint about Temple Trap, is this silly booklet. If it wasn't in a booklet, I would have given this much better rating. But overall, I do like this game. I've played it for the month of January. No, I didn't complete it. I got just into Masters version. Will I keep playing this? Yeah, I think I am actually. I am enjoying this. I will probably, I've picked it up a few times. I'll play it again. My big thing with it, as I say, for people thinking of learning to play it, is that there is definitely a point where you start getting really stuck and then something clicks and you go, oh, that's how you play the game. I now know how to do this. And you get quite into it after that from being quite frustrated. So, yeah, not for everyone, I don't think. I think some people will find this a real struggle to play with. However, it is for people who want to give it a go. I would say it is great fun, worth picking up. It's not expensive either, which is nice because sometimes these games can be quite pricey. One thing I will say as well about this is that there is a app game of Temple Trap by Smart Games. It's a different game. It's not the same game that they've made an app for, so just buy that because it's cheaper. It's a completely different game. It has a key that unlocks a door, and you've got to do it in the minimum moves to get a little, like, different characters running around. So it is a completely different game, just working on the same concept. If you ever play it, you'll see what I mean. But that's free for like the first 10 levels. So if you're thinking about this but want to give it a go, why not download the free app game and play the free bit of that, the demo, and give that a go and then make your choice. That's what I would advise. But there we go. That is Temple Trap. We are 1 month down for January. If things go well, I will make some sort of gaming solo quickies with some of the sort of mazes and weird ball bearing games, and I'm putting these out raw. I am not doing any editing because I can't be bothered. I'd rather just film them, put them up, and then give you content rather than going, I need to edit this, can't be bothered, and then never getting it done. Anyway, that's enough waffles for today. Temple Trap, zoop, I would recommend, but worth trying out first on the free app is definitely a thing, because only for some brains. Right, that was Gaming Solo for January 2020. I will see you all soon, guys. Cheery bye.